Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi, welcome back to Introduction to Linguistic Class. In the previous meetings, we have discussed about what is linguistic, phonetics, and also phonology. And today we will discuss about morphology. So before we begin our presentation today, let me introduce myself and also my friends. My name is Rizkina Ayu Indriyani, and my friends are Andhini, Kusuma, Arum, and also Fahrizal Azhar. Okay class, let's begin. So what is morphology? Morph, the meaning is form of shape, and ology, it means study of. Then, if we combine it together, of morphology, it means study of form of shape. And morphemes, it taken from word morphology. Morphemes means how words are constructed out of smaller units. Next, what is morphology? It is a part of linguistics that study about word formation. Even Ashworth, morphology is the study of the internal structure of words, and Limkett-Boy said a morpheme is defined as the smallest meaningful unit of a language. And this is the concept what will we discuss today. Morpheme, there is lexical and grammatical morphemes, and also kind of morphemes. Morpheme has several kinds. There are free morphemes, bound morphemes, and also compound morphemes. And in this discussion, we will not discuss about compound morpheme, but we only discuss about free morpheme and also bound morpheme. And bound morpheme itself has two parts: inflectional affixes and also derivational affixes. Morpheme has some divisions too. What are them? They are root affixes and also stem, or we call it is space. Affixes has divided into two parts, so they are prefix and also suffix. Alright, are you ready class? So, kinds of morphemes. Free morphemes, it is the first. Free morphemes are those that can stand alone as words. They also called as root. Then, they may be lexical morphemes such as serve, press, or grammatical morphemes like at and and. And then the second is bound morphemes. Bound morphemes can occur only in combination. They are parts of a word. They may be lexical morphemes such as pute, as in impute, attitude, and also precute. Or they may be grammatical, such as PLU, or we know it as plural. Plural as in boys, girls, and also cat. Okay, the next slides will be explained by my friend. She is Andhini Kusuma.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm going to continue Rizkina's presentation. We are going to explain what is lexical and grammatical morphemes. Lexical morphemes are those that have a meaning by themselves. More accurately, they have stance. Grammatical morphemes specify a relationship between other morphemes, but the distinction is not all that well defined. Nouns, verbs, adjectives, boy, by, big are typical lexical morphemes. Prepositions, articles, conjunctions of the but are grammatical morphemes. Division of morphemes into various types. First, there is root. A root is the irreducible core of a word, with absolutely nothing else attached to it. A root is a content morpheme that cannot be analyzed into small parts. Free root morpheme: run, bottle, phone, etc. Bound root morpheme: receive, remit, unquote, nonchalant. A root is a content morpheme that cannot be analyzed into small parts. Some examples are plain in painter, rate and rewrite, and link in linguistics. A root may or may not be a standalone word, being isn't. Root words can be combined with prefix and suffix to create new words. In this basic course, the words root and stem are used interchangeably because, while not identical, they are linguistically similar in meaning. There is stem or base. A stem or base is a word set of in combination between root, morphemes, and affix. Other affix can be added to a stem to form a more complex stem. For instance, in activity, ed is a suffix that combines with the base active, which itself consists of the suffix if and the base egg. A base that cannot be analyzed any further into constituent morphemes is called a root. In readability, but it is not a root. Thus, the base is a relative notion that is defined with respect to the notion of affix. Affix are similar to roots in that they cannot be further analyzed into component morphemes. They are primitive elements. Next slide will be presented by my friends Muhammad Fahrizal Azhar.
So thank you for the explanation, Andhini. Now we're moving on to affixes. I would love to break it to you guys what affixes actually are. So affixes are bound morphemes, meaning that they cannot stand alone like words can, that we add to free morphemes to create new words. You might have seen, the words that are started with in or on. For example, like intolerate, indirect, and for on like unseen, unhappy, unfair, and etc. And you also might have, seen some words that are ended with ness. For example, like happiness, loneliness, craziness. And yeah, the words in, on, and ness are an example of affixes. They cannot stand alone. Instead, they will attach themselves to a word to create a new meaning, to create a new word, or even to alter, the word class, or we might know it as part of speech. So affixes itself is divided into two. The first one is prefix, and the second one is suffix. Prefix is about morphemes which occur only before other morphemes. Prefix is a letter or group of letters attached to the beginning of a word that partly indicates its meaning. For example, the word prefix itself begins with the prefix pre, which generally means before. So the other example of words that start with pre is prelude, precaution, predecessor. Those words are all started with the prefix pre. And those words mean something that is done before. And here are other examples of prefix. And each prefix has its own meaning. And because it has meaning, so every word that is attached by it will also have a different meaning as well. Either the meaning or the part of speech or the word class. And moving on to the second explanation is suffix. So suffix is a letter or a group of letters attached to the end of the word to form a new word or to alter the grammatical function of the original word. So this is what I was talking about. So affixes can change a word class or part of speech, especially suffixes. And if I put an example, for example, like the word wear, wear means put on. If you wear a jacket, you put on a jacket. But what happens if I add able, suffix able at the end of the word? Wear is definitely a verb, but if I put able at the end of the word, it becomes wearable and it becomes adjective. So the suffix can change the part of speech of a word. Another example, crazy. Crazy is an adjective, right? But if we add ness at the end of the word, it will become craziness and it will become noun. So those are, some of the example of how suffix works. But it's not necessarily changing the part of speech. Like there are some suffixes that make a word have the same meaning. For example, the suffixes like ed, as in the past tense. Sometimes you put ed because you want to change a verb from the present verb into the past form of it, or the past participle form of it. For example, like the book. All right, book as a verb 1, and as you want to change it into the verb 2, it will become booked with ed at the end. But it doesn't necessarily change the meaning of the book itself. So, and it doesn't also change the part of speech of the book itself. So the next one is derivational and inflectional fixes. So derivational morpheme changes the roots class of words for its meaning, or both. The word unhappy derives from the root happy, added with a prefix un. Both happy and unhappy are adjectives. The meaning, however, is totally different. So what you call a derivational morpheme is a morpheme that changes either the class of the words or the meaning. So, for example, if I say like as a verb and dislike, and both of the words are verbs, right? But as I put the prefix dis, it will change the meaning of like, which is the negative version of like. Another example, if I put a word, a run is a verb, right? But if I add at the end, it will become runner, and it will change the part of speech or class, the word class of the word. So run is a verb, and runner is the action, is the actor, is a doer. So it means is a noun. So it changes from a noun to verb. Yeah, so that's the example of derivational morpheme. The second one is inflectional morpheme. Inflectional morpheme does not change either the roots class of words or the meaning. The word books, for example, derives from the root book, added with a suffix as. Both book and books are noun. The meaning is still the same. This is what I was talking about before. So if I'm about to give you another example, is, for example, a lion. A lion is a noun. But what if I add the suffix as at the end? Lions. Lion and lions. Like it doesn't change the meaning. The first one, it doesn't change the meaning. And the second one doesn't change the word class of the word lion. And the both words are still noun, and it doesn't change the meaning of it, right? It's still lion. Another example, punch. Punch is a verb. But if we add ed at the end, it will become past participle or past tense of the word punch. But it doesn't necessarily change the meaning of the word punch, all right? With adding ed at the end, it doesn't change the meaning of it, doesn't change the part of speech. They both are still verbs and doesn't change the meaning. Once again, it doesn't change the meaning. So that's what inflectional morpheme is. So I think that's pretty much it for our presentation from Group 4 about morphology. I hope whoever sees the presentation can benefit from it. And I also want to say thank you to all my friends, to all, the members of the group. Because of them, we can make this presentation available to be seen. And yeah, we also want to say thank you. We also want to say thank the lecturer. We also want to say thank my friends for the attention. Hope there's something you can take from it. So that's pretty much it. I hope you guys have a good day. We're from Group 4. We're signing out. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.